Anyway, we should probably start the wind. That'll probably all be tacked on either to the that'll probably all end up getting tacked on to the end of end of the previous video. Because I don't
Oh, that
actually
video is gonna be so long.
I don't edit shit out of these. Instead of editing shit out, I just cut them at certain places. So, you know.
Why do you not edit these out?
What do you mean? I got
Who the
shit
fuck wants to watch us talk about that?
All right. We're back with the wind.
Yep, the wind.
Hang on a second. Never mind. That's not gonna work. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, we watched The Wind. It's a movie.
Well. This is B-Views Live.
This is still B-Views Live, yes.
Yeah. This is B-Views Live. I'm Mike.
I'm Johnny Juicebox.
Remember, Johnny, this is going to be another video.
I know.
All right. I'm just making sure.
I understand exactly what the format is. We've done this twice before already.
We are very novice at this.
No,
there is, dude, we're the worst produced show on the internet. There is zero format.
you thought our edited videos were the worst produced episodes of anything on the internet.
Oh, fuck no.
Just wait till you see it live, motherfuckers.
Yep, as Bill O'Reilly saying, dude, we're fucking doing it live.
Fuck Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, we watched, this is another movie that we watched tonight.
Yeah, we watched The Wind Rises.
Yeah. No. No, we did not.
We should have. It's better than this shit.
I don't know. This is what Sal's pick was, so.
I know. She didn't like it much.
Nope. All right. You get some, you lose some. That's fine.
I mean, especially with movie night.
Yeah.
We've been doing movie night.
Better, but
we've been doing movie night for years now. So
it'll be. That's over 5 years ago.
Yeah. And
it's almost probably going on 6 now.
It's been a continuing thing that we've done.
Well, when we started at Shoes in 15?
I don't know. Have no clue.
Yeah, so it's probably going on. It's going on more like 6 years then.
Probably.
Yeah. God damn.
Probably already because if it was September, then we would have there would have been snow on the ground during the first one, and I don't think there was. There was fog,
There's no snow right now in September.
Huh? There's not?
There's no snow in September.
I don't know.
Anyways, we've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, we've been doing this for years. So
and since Sav has entered the picture, our movie choices have vastly improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try and
say much.
I try and keep with the spirit of things, but everyone just rebels against me.
I don't mind it. It's the movies that could be good that are not.
See, there are just so many times now that you and so many weeks in a row where you or Sav have been like, "Oh, this movie is new and it's supposed to be really good," and then we watch it and it's like, "That was a piece of shit. Why would you show us that?"
I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's not my fault. The internet's stupid.
Yeah.
Speaking of stupid, we watched The Wind.
The Wind.
A movie
frontier movie.
A movie from 2018 that you can watch on Netflix if you really want to. We're gonna spoil this movie.
Spoilers.
I've heard some people describe this as The Witch. I would say this is The Witch if nothing happened in The Witch.
Exactly. See, when we were watching the movie, I actually took notes.
You did?
I did.
Well, I get it because the movie does this fun.
I did it right here.
Wow. This movie does this thing where
the first thing that I wrote, John, not to interrupt, I said brain scramblies and timeline equals confusing. I just.
You don't know what that means, do you?
I was so lost.
Because I kept saying brain scramblies because we were watching What We Do in the Shadows earlier today. So,
oh, okay.
So I was just like, they've got the brain scramblies.
I don't know. I wrote it down. I thought it was a cool quote. I like that. I had no idea.
Because the brain scramblies is what happens when a bunch of vampires hypnotize someone at the same time.
Don't go down that road.
Dude, if you haven't watched What We Do in the Shadows, you need to watch What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah. Season 3 is out right now.
I need to watch the second season.
Oh my god, the second season's amazing. It's better than the first.
Yeah, I need to watch it. Yeah.
And so far, the third season is amazing too.
Good.
So if you have Hulu,
I know what brain scramblies mean though. I was like, oh, I like that.
Oh, I guess that is from season 2, huh? But like it was a thing that they brought up in season 3 again, where they were just like, you can get the brain scramblies if they were going through like the list of all the different disorders you can get from multiple vampires hypnotizing you.
Okay.
And I think one of them was wait.
John, let's go back to The Wind.
Ah, fuck this movie. I hate this movie. I think I gave this movie a 5 out of 10 on IMDb.
I would either give it a 4 or a 5.
Yeah, and one of the things about it, eventually I kind of got used to the timeline just constantly jumping everywhere. But most of the time you have no idea what the fuck is going on. And I think they're trying to say that this lady has cabin fever or something, but like I don't buy into that bullshit. Like if you're going to make a horror movie and the thing is like it was all in their head at the whole time, then your movie doesn't have any stakes and it was pointless. So fuck you.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's like it's the same thing as saying the movie was all in their head at the end. It's your
like,
movie.
Fuck off, dude. Really?
Then your movie had no real stakes, and
yeah, I mean it's insulting to the viewer.
Yeah. Or like it was a dream the whole time.
Fuck you.
Although a lot of people die in this movie, although none of the people might have existed, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. No, I really don't.
I know
was it all in her head? Did the Reverend?
I know
did he exist?
The Reverend must have existed because he apparently gave them those pamphlets about demons.
Well, then also Isaac, the husband of Lizzie, also said that he saw the Reverend on the road.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Because he was a demon or something. Maybe.
I don't know.
Could be. Who knows?
Because there's no explanation for anything in this movie.
Well, I have in the past been a big proponent of movies not needing to be over-explained.
Well, I understand that.
This movie needed at least something.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were just like, we'll leave it up to the audience, and like, if you ask me, it has to be that the demon was real because otherwise the movie is pointless.
At least I hope so. I hope I just didn't waste an hour and a half of my life.
Also, like we see the demon physically affecting the environment around them in the
Yes.
film.
Yes.
And we see the aftermath of the demon doing that. Now, I guess you
Yeah.
could say, oh, well, it was actually her doing it, but they never show any evidence of that. So I would argue that since it's not shown, it doesn't exist.
Right.
Emma kills herself, maybe, or or Lizzie kills her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Eliza.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what happened. I mean, I paid attention throughout the whole thing, obviously taking notes.
I paid attention off and on because I ended up finding the movie really fucking boring.
I mean, I don't understand.
I hate saying that too. I hate saying that because like I really do try and pay attention, and usually I'm really good at paying attention to slow burn movies, but this movie isn't a slow burn. Nothing much happens in this movie.
Nothing happens.
Or it's not even that. It's not really that nothing happens. It's just everything jumps around so much that it feels like nothing's actually happening.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, we're in this flashback, and then we're in this flashback, and like I'm gonna say there were 3 different time periods that they're talking about. There's like the Emma and Gideon living next door timeline. The Lizzie is pregnant timeline, and then the post-pregnancy, post-Emma dying timeline. Yeah. Right? Or not timelines, but flashbacks, I guess.
Yeah, jumping, flash forward, back, sideways.
And like they kind of just go in between each other without any particular reathening necessarily. Right. And like
There's
maybe
no explanation, John.
Maybe if I watched the movie again, I would understand it more.
But usually when you
usually I'm pretty good at
forward,
picking up on this kind of stuff, but this time I didn't.
I mean, there's usually when you do that, you put in dates. You either say 2 weeks or a month.
I don't care as much about that because I've seen movies where they do jump around like that, and it doesn't bother me as much.
Oh, that to me is just dumb.
Well, they do that in Ju-on, like the original one. Actually, they do that in
nuts.
They do that in all the Ju-on movies, and
I know, but that drove me nuts.
Why?
Because I'm lost in terms of
you at no point. Flashback? If you go back and watch our Ju-on videos, you will find that at no point were you confused because they at least do it in a way where you understood what was happening. The one you're thinking about that you were frustrated with was The Grudge 2020. Because it did the same thing, but it just did it in the dumber way.
Yeah, that very well could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
That very well could be.
But
this movie is, I mean, it was so lackluster to me. I mean, it had its cool moments. Don't get me wrong, with the priest, or the reverend, whatever you want to call him. I thought that scene was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a 5.6 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes gave this an 81%. Critics are dumbasses, I guess.
Right.
The audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is 50, which is about the same as IMDb. And like a part of me feels like I might understand this movie, but the rest of it makes me feel like this movie's dumb. It just isn't engaging enough for me to care or pay attention. Especially because we see certain parts happening. Also, I kept getting the actresses mixed up, so like I also thought that they were both the same person at different points, or like didn't realize who was who at certain points.
That doesn't help either.
I did this same thing with or no, not as much with them because Gideon has a beard.
Okay. Right.
But with the two main female leads, with Emma and Lizzie, I kept mixing up who they were.
Right.
Because they looked pretty similar. In certain, one is as Savannah pointed out, one has brown hair and one has blonde hair, and I was like, it's like dirty blonde hair, but like in certain lighting, it looks the same color as Emma's. So like I had no fucking clue who was who in certain scenes.
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. But it's a movie. It's also a movie where you just don't give a shit about the characters. I'm sorry.
Well, I think one of the main issues with that is that they show Emma's death right up front at the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
So then after that they introduce Emma as coming to the thing, and so there are no stakes for us getting to know Emma. Like we understand we already know Emma's fate.
Yes.
The only thing we have to learn is how she gets there, and that has to be super compelling. Otherwise, the fuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and it just wasn't.
No.
It's
I thought it was just boring.
Kind of lackluster.
Yep.
I liked The Witch pretty alright the second time I watched it. Like, I like that movie. It's, stuff happens in it.
Sure.
It has
that helps.
It has a meaning and a story to tell, and this one, I feel like, the Ari Asters and the Robert Eggers and all of the new Golden Age horror people, they've been spawning their, I guess, what would you call it? Their mockbuster versions of them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I felt like this was. This might have been they were just like, oh, that Robert Eggers is really cool, and I want to be like him. And so let's make our shitty subpar version of of a horror period piece.
Right.
And there we have it.
Yep. And that is The Witch.
Mike, what was your favorite part of this movie?
I already said what my favorite part was, but you were not listening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
my favorite part was with the Reverend.
Oh, you never said that was your favorite part. You were just talking about that part.
I was. I mean, that's obviously my favorite part because that's the only time you could see fucking anything.
I don't know.
That's the only horror aspect of this whole movie.
There's a part where there are wolves.
Oh, yeah. So what? Who gives a shit?
She shoots a zombie goat.
Cares. I just thought the Reverend part was cool because, he's coming in there and they're gonna. She had him stay over I think one of the barn or something, right? And then he comes over and he mentions Emma, and it's like, oh.
And they're like, wait, he shouldn't know about Emma. Nope. And then he's just like, he says that line that's like, I was hoping to have a little bit more fun, or something like that. And I was just like, oh man, really cool. We're going to actually like learn some shit, and then no, we don't actually get any real information.
Right.
We just get a semi-horror scene.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
That was average.
Very average. Yeah, I would say this was a very average film.
Average.
Meh.
Yeah, meh.
Meh.
Yep. I wouldn't give it a watch, to be honest with you. I
I
would not.
I oh my god. Oh, Donna's here. It's just like something's touching me.
Uh-oh.
Are there possums in the apartment?
I hope not.
But yeah, I'd say maybe skip this one.
Yeah. Don't give it a watch.
Unless
It
you
just there's really nothing that happens. I'm sorry, but there isn't.
I mean, there's stuff that happens like Emma gets her face exploded off. A baby dies. I think 2 people have dead babies. Um,
That's an awesome part of the movie. No.
But most of this stuff you can see at the very beginning of the movie, and then not a lot happens in the middle, and then there's the Reverend scene. Then she kills her husband. But I think like at the end we're supposed to realize that she's just crazy.
I guess. I guess.
And that makes me I think that's dumb.
I think that's very dumb.
Like, you don't get to use mental illness to like tell your your weird suicide murder story. Like, sorry,
No.
fuck you.
No. No.
I think we've this episode might not even be able to get aired just because like I think it's only 10 minutes long so far. Look, it's Donna.
I mean, so what? I mean, if 10, 15-minute videos, so what is it? It's a short. There isn't much to say on it.
I think my favorite part of the movie, yes, I know, you're here. um, Man, I kind of have to say the Reverend part too, I guess, because like it's the only time when something actually happens in the movie.
Yes, that's actually horror related.
I mean, there was a fun part where Emma was like, they were like, I think Emma at least thinks she's pregnant, and then like she's like just laying there and she's just listing off demons' names and like what they're the demon of. And that's basically when she tells Lizzie that her husband is that Isaac is the dad of her baby. It's like the whole time I'm just like, oh, she has a thing for like they do this thing where that's supposed to be like this reveal, and I'm just like, no, the way the actress portrayed it, she's just like super horny for Isaac the whole movie. Like she is just like, yeah, Isaac, my husband isn't big and strong like Isaac, and I'm like, Jesus, okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know.
But then, like, is that real?
I don't know. I have no idea.
There's no telling what's real or not in this movie because they don't do a good job of explaining it.
You can't tell.
And, like, maybe it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, if you pay really close attention to stuff, then you can tell. But, like, the movie's not interesting enough. It doesn't have anything really to
you don't
say.
Care. You don't give a shit.
It doesn't really seem to have anything to say other than, like, oh, when you're out alone in place, then, like, you know, when you're out alone in place, cabin fever. And it's just like, that's not really that's not like a message or a purpose to tell your story.
Right.
Not to mention it's kind of been done to death.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I would
That it
say
has. I mean, and my God.
I would say a version of this movie that's probably better is I think it's called The Lodge.
Okay.
The one about the I want to say stepmom who's a who used to be a cult member growing up.
Oh, the one for the winter there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with their horrible fucking stepchildren.
Yeah, or demon
Oh
stepchildren.
yes, I like that movie.
That's a fun movie. And
Oh, I like that
it
movie.
tells a very similar story in a much better
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. Because it makes you actually care about the character.
Yeah. I
Unlike
like
this, who you give a shit about.
like Sav had a good point that Lizzie is kind of a badass character where she just like kind of takes charge the whole time and knows exactly
Yeah,
what to do in every situation. But like, uh, you know,
yeah.
it's we kept being throughout the whole thing. We kept being like, wait a minute, why isn't what she's doing all this shit and her husband doesn't seem to be aware of it? Like
Right.
like wolves show up to the house and chase her
Uh-huh.
inside, and at no point is she like, hey, by the way, there were wolves here, so maybe
Uh-huh.
keep an eye out for fucking wolves. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
like we never see her say any of that stuff, so it makes her seem inept kind of,
Uh-huh.
because
Yeah.
one of the things is that it's just like her and her husband living out on the prairie. So like if there are dangerous animals around, you should probably tell your husband, who's the only other
Yeah.
person and seems to like
Uh-huh.
go out on rides on his own a bit.
Right.
Hmm.
I don't know. Average. Just an average movie.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah.
Like we could have
Not
probably
much.
put a good bit into this episode if we did plot by plot, but maybe not even then. Because
Well, if it could pay off.
not a ton happens in the movie, right,
No.
Donna? Uh,
Nope. Very average.
yeah. Well, I'd say that's probably it, huh?
Yeah.
We don't really
Yeah.
have much else to say about this.
No.
Don't watch this.
Skip it. Skip it.
I'd skip it.
Yep. Give it a skip.
Unless, like, what we said here today appeals to you in some way, fuck it.
Yeah. Sure.
Like, sure,
Sure.
go watch it. If
Yeah.
it doesn't, I
We
can't.
don't recommend it.
I
We
can't.
don't recommend
I
it.
can't, in good conscience, recommend this movie to anyone because I don't. I
Nope.
can't think of anyone. You know what? Maybe Psycho Zach would like it. Maybe he'd
Alright.
like it. He likes artsy.
I doubt it.
He likes artsy movies, but I bet he would tear the shit out of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been very fun to have him on here about this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Anyways,
Well,
I'm Mike.
I'm Johnny Juicebox, and stick around.
And that tail is Donna.
That's Donna.
Yep.
She's looking at me in a concerned way. She's
Yep.
got her concerned face on. What? Okay.
All right.
We'll be right back. Just
Right.
gotta change some stuff.
Yep.
Do-do-dum, do-do-do-dum. We're still here. Don't leave, please. Uh-oh. Discord, what you doing?
Oh boy, I'm gonna go get my charger.
All right. Discord's acting
Jeez.
shitty. We're, remember, if you're just tuning in October on our YouTube channel, we are going to be, doing our Stephen King, what the fuck are we calling it now? The Halloween Stephen King Spooktacular. That sounds about right. Yeah, check that shit out. It's pretty cool. Yes, Donna, I love you as well. God damn it, Donna. And we'll post our links here. We haven't posted any links yet. No, Donna, stop fucking with that.
Johnny, are you talking to the audience?
Yes.
Okay.
I was talking to them about our Halloween Stephen King Spooktacular.
Ah, righty.
How do you feel about Donna?
How do I feel about Donna?
How do you feel about our Stephen King Spooktacular? Oh man,
So far or what?
So far, how's it been? Have
I think you know. I think you know that answer.
Have I created a sufficient gauntlet for you to hate our show now?
100%. No. Ain't that fucking bad.
It is definitely work though. This is.
Oh, it is. It's. But the problem was with the Pet Cemetery. I hated that second movie so much. It was just. We obviously have the tag mental health.
Yeah.
I mean, we're promoters of mental health. But when you watch a movie that you loathe, and you don't ever, when you watch it the first time, and you said to yourself, I never want to watch this movie again until the day I die. And then we create the thought of, oh, let's do a Stephen King Halloween. Okay. And you don't even wrap your mind around it until it's like, oh, am I really going to have to watch that fucking Pet Sematary movie again? And so it kind of creates anxiety, and I never wanted to watch that fucking movie again.
I think that might be the only time we've seen a movie where like in the movie theater, because we saw it in the theater, and I think that's
we
the
saw
only
it opening weekend
in
the theater.
Uh,
opening fucking weekend.
That might be the only time I've ever seen a movie with you. When I think it was only like 15 minutes into the movie, you leaned in and you were in the movie in the middle of the theater. You were just like, "I hate this movie."
Was I wrong? Was I wrong, Johnny?
You know, I want to say something, but like, I really feel like I can't because our episode hasn't come out. Although this isn't
we're not going to say it.
This isn't going to air on YouTube, so like maybe we can give that spoiler, but we generally like to not give those kind of spoilers for Gen Wars.
True.
But
you'll see. How about that?
This isn't that?
You'll see. You'll see in 2 weeks. You'll see.
Actually, at this point, they will have already seen if they're on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, because this will be in November.
Yeah, but if I don't think anyone outside of us are watching right now. So if you want,
no.
No. Like I don't think we have anyone on the outside right now, but
no.
We'll keep it. Yeah.
Spoiler free.
Sure. Check out our YouTube.
Yeah. Check out our Halloween spectacular extravaganza, whatever.